let's go ahead and get into essentially why Kush Clouds TV started up, or how it got started up. So, about 6 months ago or 7 months ago, just before, essentially I started uploading videos and started Kush Clouds TV. I was, essentially just on YouTube, just like you guys were, just sitting there watching YouTube videos. And one show that I actually liked, or I should say, the very first kind of weed show I actually liked watching on YouTube was Getting Dug with High with Doug Benson. I was always a big fan of his videos and shit like that. And before that, I was always a fan of like Super High Me and his comedy stand-ups and shit like that. But I always watched Getting Dug with High, and then eventually, after Getting Dug with High started, because it started about 2 years ago. After that started up, then Customgrow420 started up, and I started watching him. And then obviously after that, I started watching THC Temple, and then Josh from Strange Central, and then people like Master Bong and shit like that, and Red Band, definitely Red Band. He's a really good weed tuber. But the main ones I really watched, were Getting Dug with High, Customgrow420, Josh from Strange Central, and my favorite one of all of them essentially is THC Temple. I think like when it comes to just like YouTube videos or even YouTubers, I think he's probably like one of the best out there. He's just really original. But I just sat there and I was really, I like the Custom Grow 420 videos and shit like that. And I was kind of noticed that Custom Grow 420, he was getting 100,000, 200,000 views just, sitting there smoking some weed. And I was thinking, how could, someone get that many views just sitting there smoking some weed? And then, I sat there and watched more of his videos and I was like, I kind of like this shit, not only do I like the videos, I think I might be able to actually do this and maybe even do it my own way and maybe even a little bit better, for my own way. So, I sat there and I saw, all the strain reviews and everything like that. And then, of course, I was sitting there thinking, maybe I can give this a shot, because I heard, because after I heard Custom Grow 420 say, hey, I'm just sitting here, in this little office space, and I'm just using the camera that's on my phone here, and all I'm doing is smoking some weed and doing worldwide wake and bakes and shit like that. But essentially, just using a regular phone, had some weed, had a smoking device, and blew up like a motherfucker. Just decided to do his thing, and look what happened. He did something that he loves to do, and now he gets to do it every day for fun. But I decided, you know what? I kind of want to do that. I think that maybe I can do that myself. But one problem I've always had was talking. As you guys can see on the show, I have a really, really difficult time talking. I really don't know why. It's just kind of like my entire life, I really never talked much, and I think that might have fucked me up in like speaking and shit like that. Because I've always had a hard time trying to get this fucking knowledge that's up here in my head out my motherfucking mouth. It's like I know how to, it makes sense up here to me, but I can't, get it to fucking make sense out my mouth. I just don't know why. I've always had a hard time talking. But, weed here actually helps me. If I sit there and I take a hit, like right now, I'll sit here and I'll take a hit, and I'll probably end up talking just a little bit better. Let's see real quick. To see me, if I sit there and I get high and I get stoned, all of a sudden just kind of calm down, I relax. Like, if you guys don't know, I do have ADHD, and I do have some learning disabilities and shit like that, and I do have glaucoma, and I have back pains and shit, which is one of the main reasons why I smoked marijuana was for my glaucoma, because well, before I ever got diagnosed with glaucoma, essentially from the third grade on, I've always had really bad migraines. Like even in the third grade, I'd sit there and I'd just get a really bad migraine, and then all of a sudden I have to go to the bathroom, sit there, and I just puke my brains out until essentially I would eventually have to go to the nurse's office. I'd lay down and then I'd just pass out because literally I threw up everything that was out of me. So like my migraines were always like really bad. Like sometimes I almost had to go to the hospital, like that type of fucking bad migraines. And then of course once I got into high school and shit and I found marijuana, I found out that it helped me. It helped me with my migraines, helped me with my ADHD and shit like that. Just helped me like focus and shit. It helped me out with everything. Helped me out with talking because I've always had a problem with talking with people. Getting back to the actual point, I've always had a problem with like just essentially just talking. Like I've never felt comfortable just talking to people that I don't know. And like it, if essentially like if you knew someone from my family, or maybe like I knew you growing up or something like that, if I get to know you, then I can talk to you. But essentially like if you're just like someone coming up off the street just saying hey or something like that, then, or like if you're like say if you're a friend of one of my friends or something like that, and then you come up and I've never met you before, I probably wouldn't talk to you at all. Like I'd just be kind of like standoffish. But if we're sitting there all smoking some weed or something like that, and if I see you sit there smoke some weed, and I sit there smoke some weed, and I see everybody, is getting high and just relaxing and shit, then that's when I start to feel a little bit more comfortable. But like I said before, I've always had a really hard time talking, just because like I've never really talked much. Like even now, like the past couple years, I don't talk at all. Like the only time I ever talk is actually right now is on Kush Cause TV. Like 99% of the time that I talk is right here, and because essentially, with wanting to do the strain reviews and just kind of like do something that I wanted to, that I love to do. I also thought it might help me with my talking here, because, like I said, like past couple years, like I just don't talk at all outside like the show here at all. Like essentially, like past couple years, like the only time I've ever talked is like if I go shopping, like go get some groceries or something like that, and I gotta talk to the cashier, transaction type shit. But that's really the only time I talk. So I thought maybe like if I start this video, or start doing this stuff here, maybe it might help me with my talking. Maybe I might be able to actually go out and like fucking talk to people like a normal person. I wouldn't have to worry about someone coming up that I don't know, or like strangers and shit like that. I'll actually be able to talk to them and shit. So essentially, I reason why Kush Cause TV started up, I wanted to do something that I love, where I can sit there and talk about stuff that I love, which is marijuana, because I love marijuana. Something that really helps me. Music, I've always loved music. Like my dad has said many times, he has fucked me up musically, because growing up, my dad used to sit there and play AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, fucking Motley Crue, Led Zeppelin, Garth Brooks, Tupac. He's a huge fucking Tupac fan, and he's from Canada. He's from Mississauga, and he just loves fucking Tupac to death. Fucking like that. That was his like main fucking artist. Like I remember like literally like at well, I couldn't really remember at 2 years old, but I do remember at like 5 and 6 years old, the fucking like my dad playing music in the Monte Carlo and shit, just nonstop playing Tupac, playing Bone Thugs and Harmony, but a lot of Tupac. The very first concert that I ever went to was actually a Tupac concert. My dad took me there, and he actually put me on his shoulders, and I was sitting there at my very first concert at 2 years old at a Tupac concert. But I started up because I love marijuana. Obviously, I love music, because my dad always played music, and music's always something that's helped me. Like if I sit there and I play a song like during something, like say if I want to remember something, I'll sit there and I'll play a song. So then when I play that song again, I'll remember everything that happened when that song was playing. I don't know how to describe it, but the music helped me. But I love marijuana, I love music, and of course I love sports. I'm a huge fucking hockey fan, big Leafs fan, because my great uncle Leo Boyven actually played for the Leafs. My dad actually played for the Marlies and also the Spokane Chiefs here. And of course, didn't make it to the pros, because as everyone else has one of those stories, my dad fucking sat there, got hit in the back of the head, got knocked out unconscious, took out a couple of his teeth, and just kind of fucked him up so he couldn't, go out into the pros and shit. But, he played fucking junior hockey and shit. He played for the Toronto Marlies. He played for the Spokane Chiefs and shit, so I'm a big hockey fan. Of course, I love football, I love basketball, I just love a lot of sports. So marijuana, music, and sports is why, or essentially is what I love. So I brought that to the show here, and essentially this is what makes Kush Cause TV. But I thought, for a 200th celebration episode, just kind of describe, or explain why Kush Cause TV is here, why I upload these videos for you guys. Because like I've always said, this show here is dedicated for you guys at home. Even though it's stuff that I love, I also want you guys at home to always put in your info, put in your feedback, let me know what you guys want to see. Because I want to give you guys the best show I can while doing shit I love, which is talking about marijuana, music, and sports. So if I can do that and somehow maybe even make a living off this shit, because me personally, as you guys know, don't have a lot of money. I make about $400 a month. I got like $100 or whatever in food stamps, but I make it work. I manage to have a roof over my head and be able to sleep in a fucking bed every night, so you know what? It's not that bad. You know, as long as I got some food in my stomach, and I got a warm place to stay, there will always be Kush Val's TV episodes for you guys every day. But enough of that. This video here is running about 17 minutes. I have a feeling this might be a two-part episode probably. I'm going to try to actually upload this as one episode and see if I can actually get a full 20-minute episode, because for some reason I can never ever upload a video after that's longer than 15 minutes. And to be honest with you, if I could find a way to actually do that, you know, give you guys like a 17-18 minute video, that'd be perfect. That'd make so much better quality videos. I'm always trying to rush, so I'm always worried about the time limit. And also, I just want to let you guys know that we are going to be getting a new camera for you guys, because I know there's been a lot of people asking for that. So I am somehow, some way, I'm gonna, you know, if I don't care what I have to do, I'll find some way legally to get some money and get you guys a better camera, so we can give you some better quality Customgrow TV, because this is only the 200th episode, and I plan to do 1,000,000 of these episodes in my lifetime. I don't know how. Some way, somehow, we'll figure out a way to try to reach 1,000,000 episodes. I don't know, care if it takes me 20, 30 years. We're going to be around for a very long time for you guys. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and take the last couple minutes here just to do some smoking, since we've done a lot of talking. But quick shout outs to a couple subscribers, new and old, that have been, who I see a lot commenting and liking the videos as well. So shout outs to Ganja Girl, shout out to Nesty Testicles, shout out to Kendrick Lamar, and shout out to John Chase. Some old and new subscribers who I see down there supporting me and giving me comments and updates and feedback. So thank you guys at home. Always appreciate the feedback in the comments. It's always nice to, you know, have someone, you know, give some feedback to let me know what's going on, so I can always, you know, tweak the episodes for you and make them a little bit better each time. And essentially that's why I do an episode every day also, because practice makes perfect. And, you know, if I, you know, by the essentially by the 200 or the 300th episode, we should have even better videos, and by the 1000th episode, we should have really, really just fucking excellent videos for you guys. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and turn up some music. Do a couple minutes of just straight smoking to end off the vid here. And of course, I hope you guys have a good night, day, and all around 24 hours. Stay high, stay medicated, and stay lifted, and always enjoy your herb. Peace. And of course, see you guys tomorrow and next time on Customgrow TV. We're just going to take the next couple minutes here and smoke some weed and just kind of relax and chill out. So I hope you guys go ahead and smoke with me. As always, I'm going to ask you guys, if you want to do the hit for hit challenge every time I take a hit, I want you guys at home, go ahead and take a hit with me. And toast, guys. 200, celebrating our 200th episode here at Customgrow TV. It's been a short 6 months, but it's been a good 6 months. It's been very fun, and thank you guys, everyone that's subscribed, everyone that's watched. I think we're up to 58 subscribers now, which is fucking mind-blowing. I think like a couple weeks ago we probably had 20, but now we're all the way up to 58, which is just ridiculous. We're at 3,000 views for the channel, so that's just awesome. But here we go, guys. Toast. Thank you guys for subscribing, for watching, for supporting this show. Very, very much appreciated here at Customgrow TV. Enough of that. Peace, and see you guys next time on Customgrow TV. Couple minutes smoke sesh here, then we'll end the video off.